Hello and welcome to Back to School Night. I'm Mrs. Pardetti and I'm your student's math teacher. Today we're going to look at our 7-8 Algebra and our 8 Geometry program, the two high school programs, so I decided to put them together in the video. Most of our stuff is through Google Classroom. I do post my lessons and my homework on RenWeb, so if you're used to looking at it there, you're free to do that. But let's go ahead and look at one of the homerooms. We'll take geometry. The homerooms look basically the same for both homerooms. I have a board like this where I post new things and I can chat with the students through there, but for the most part we use the classwork tab. On the classwork tab on the side we have all of our topics. I have a planner, notes and videos, classwork and homework. Okay, if they have skill checks they will be in there, assignments and tests will also be in there. Let's just look at the planner. Each of the two classes has their own planner. The planners are very similar in nature. This planner tells you what we will be doing throughout the week. So they have no surprises. They know that there is a mid-topic coming on Friday, okay? If I go to the planner for algebra, we're gonna find that it's very similar. So if I go to my algebra stream, and I go to my classwork tab, and I go through here, the planner, also very similar, and the students will be able to see everything that they have this week, also mid-topic coming on Friday. There are other links throughout the room, and the other links take them to different things, different topics or videos that we may be talking about in class. Okay, so when your student does their homework, so let's go back to the planner here, and let's go back to our materials and notes. Let's do notes first. So I post the notes to every lesson I give. I give the lesson in class, they take notes while I do it in class, and then after class, I post the notes. If there's something they missed or they missed class that day, they need to just go back to that tab and they can see all of the notes right here. So these notes, as soon as they're done loading, are all about how we solve different types of equations. Also, their skill checks are listed in here, and it's very similar process as when we do homework. They just click on the link and it takes them there. So let's go to Savas where they would be having their homework. And this here I have loaded is the algebra textbook. If I went to look at the classes, the geometry textbook looks like this and the algebra looks like that. I teach 5th through algebra, so I have a lot of different textbooks loaded in my classroom. But this is what the algebra textbook looks like. And the students have access to this through Pearson. They can click on any topic, and then they can see all the lessons in the topic. I will let you know that there is a quick turnaround in most of these lessons. There are only 7 lessons in this particular topic. So from start to finish, it's a pretty quick turnaround. The students will get used to the pace. They are fast-paced classes, both geometry and algebra. So our last lesson in this class would have been lesson 1.3. And just say your student had missed lesson 1.3. They can go into the textbook and they can view all of the examples. A good page for them is the concept summary page. The concept summary page will just summarize really what the meat of the lesson was. So they really need to make sure that they understand the meat of the lesson. Also, if they scroll down past, they can do all of the examples. And at the very bottom of the page, they will have access to some virtual nerd videos. These help you do things that are in the lesson. So this one is to help you solve an equation. This is to help you solve word problems. So these are very good tools for the students to use. So let's look at their homework for a second. link in the Google Classroom, it will take them directly to their homework. The page will look something like this, and then they will click Start. Let's navigate to a question that I think sometimes when they see some of these questions, they forget, oh, how do I solve this again? So I'm stuck. What do I do? I'd encourage your students to go to Question Help. Under Question Help, they have videos and they have the textbook. That can often help them solve the problem and can help them figure out where they are stuck. I'd like for the students to be able to tell me where they don't understand. What is the step that they don't understand? After they've looked at the notes and the videos and the Question Help. It's a lot easier if they try it on their own so that they can clearly tell me where they're having trouble. Both textbooks are essentially the same, so I won't need to go through both of them at the time. Now I'll take you to our syllabus, and I will email all of you a copy of our syllabus. Our syllabus is standard throughout, so all of our math classes are using the same syllabus. There we go. Finally. Technology, sometimes. Okay, so here's our math syllabus. We'll start on the first page. Our welcome page here has the names of all of the math teachers. Most of you know Mrs. Liddell. Mrs. Fenton is new here this year. She's teaching 4th and 8th grade pre-algebra, and myself. We have our supply list. I don't have any problems with your students bringing supplies. For the most part, all of the students have been well prepared for class, so thank you very much. The homework. Homework will be given Monday through Thursday. We try not to give homework on Fridays. A lot of different things happen on the weekends, and I would rather the kids spend the weekend practicing a skill they didn't understand during the week than trying to do homework and feeling like they had to walk into a test. It may occasionally happen that they have a homework or test on Monday, but I really try to avoid it. Homework is our practice time. That's where I want them to make mistakes. Homework's not graded, it's not counted in the grade book, so that's where they should be trying. I want them to try and finish it and not think, oh, it doesn't count, I don't have to do it. Homework needs to be done. They should expect, usually in algebra, about 20 questions a night in homework, at least, so that they can be working through. Repetition is what's going to be our best friend. Skill checks. We do have a skill check after every lesson. These are a way that I can check and see, did you understand the heart of the lesson? They are assisted grades. The students get to use their notes, and I've even let them use mine that are posted in our Google Classroom. The question is, can you navigate through last night's homework independently? That's what I want to see in a skill check, okay? In both of these classes, because they are high school level classes, I will be having projects, and then they will have a mid-topic, and they will have a topic assessment. All three of those are unassisted grades. Okay, this is our late policy. The late policy really applies to when they're turning in their projects, especially. There will be a due date on the project. They need to adhere to the due date. The second part is student absences and illnesses. People get sick, people have appointments. I understand, it definitely happens. The students need to know that it is their responsibility to catch up on any work missed. They need to go in independently. They need to look up those notes. They need to get in that textbook and watch those virtual nerd videos. They need to make notes and come to class prepared. If you miss instruction time, I can't give that back. So we need to really try and do as much as we can to be in class. My expectations for the class, to be kind, to work hard, and to have a class full of respect. There are going to be mistakes. I need you not to be the distraction to yourself and not to be the distraction to other people in the class. We have to ask questions, we have to be free to make mistakes, and everyone has to learn and try hard. They need to work on completing all of their assignments and not just coming to school and saying, well, I really didn't have time for that. These are high school level classes and I expect them to work at that level. When they get stuck, I don't want them to be afraid to ask for help, but I do want them to use help first, okay? Use the question help, use the notes, try and figure it out on your own. A problem solved on your own is a problem you've learned much better than a problem that I've shown you how to unfold. It's a lot easier to get through a problem if you've worked through it on your own. I will still be here for that help. If you have any questions or you need to contact me, you can contact me through email. This is the one the students use. You can also use the other school email where I will send you emails through. And I'd be happy to discuss anything you like about your students. So far, they've been great students. I'm looking forward to a great year with them.